like, I just want to talk about like
Mm-hmm.
kind of just your story with like faith in God,
My
like how you
story.
came to God, how it changed your life, like just kind of just lay it all out.
My story.
Yeah, your story, and then I can yeah,
Well, like how far back should I go? Like beginning?
just kind of yeah, just talk, bro. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, when I grew up, this is kind of what I wanted to do when I was getting my baptism. I wanted to kind of tell a bit of a story, but I got a bit emotional about it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, because it's like it's an emotional thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised that you got through your speech, bro.
I wanted mine to be my speech. I wanted it to be longer, but
Yeah, yeah, no.
we had what 15 baptisms, so like, I
Yeah.
had to like bang it out. But I got to say what I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wanted to say more, but what I wanted to say was like, I kind of got it when I grew up. Like, I grew up going to church.
Yeah.
Well, we had this church in Aurelia, OCC. I went there, did Sunday school there,
Nice.
and when I got older, we did like the Bible study, I guess a little bit. But I wouldn't say I really understood what faith was.
Yeah, you kind of knew what
I, I knew I
Christianity
knew I knew
was
what
like going through.
Christianity. Yeah, I knew what Christianity and God was, but I didn't really understand it. I guess
Mm-hmm.
because I hadn't experienced it. I was just this is what we do. We go to church. We give to the church. We light candles. We sing. We worship. But I didn't understand what it really was.
Yeah.
And that's what really keeps me out because I understand what faith is. I understand what loving, like the love of God and loving God
Mm-hmm.
is. Now it's so different because looking back at what I felt before,
Yeah.
it wasn't. I didn't have a relationship with God
Yeah.
because my relationship was more like, oh, we go to church, but that's basically all our faith
It's
is.
like once on a Sunday, like once a week
Once a week,
Sunday.
yeah.
That's what being a Christian is, right?
Yeah.
But like then you like
Oh
actually
yeah.
find out like being a Christian is like living with God every single day, like making God like the center of your life. Like Jesus, like as soon as you put Jesus in like his rightful spot, everything else falls in line. Like your anxiety, your worries, like it all goes away. At least for me, like I like when I really like sacrificed my life, like obviously we all still make mistakes, we all still sin, right? But once I knew Jesus was my king, I lived my life for God, he loves me, I love him, right? And I put him at the center, I pray every day, I read my Bible, right? And I make time for Jesus. That's when like I just have this peace and happiness. Like everything could be going hell in my life. Everything could be
Yeah.
just like going terrible. But knowing I have Jesus, like I just have like that peace, you know? You know that peace that like is greater than any understanding.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel that too.
Yeah.
And like, I'll continue with my story, but like, I get the 100% feeling
Yeah.
his presence with you, knowing that even if you're in your darkest time, you still have him with you, you still have his love, you still know that you are safe, I guess.
Yeah.
So you safe and you have peace
Yeah.
because you know that you're saved. You know that Jesus loves you.
And it's like people like don't get to that point like by themselves. Like God, like you don't go from like being like sinful behaviors, just doing like crazy stuff, right? That we've all been through to like full born Christian or born again, whatever, right? Like God says, "Come, like let me take you how you are." Like all your sin, all your troubles, all those things that are like you hate about yourself, but you just like keep doing. Like take it. I'll take you how you are. And like he changes you into who you have to be, right? Like he pours his presence and brings you closer to him ultimately, right?
And that's the realest thing. Like
Yeah,
we know this. We're I was incredibly sinful. Any sin like that's not. Bro, I've done it almost every
man.
single day.
Like
Like
just
every
like
single
random hookups, like smoking, doing drugs, crazy parties, like and just I've hurt a lot of people, you know, like I've hurt a lot of people, and like just having that burden on me, like it hurt me for a long time, knowing that I contributed to the sin and the hurt in the world, right? But it's like when you meet Jesus, it's like you're just forgiven, you know, and it's just like the burden, just like
it's the truest kind of love. It's the truest love possible.
yeah,
Because it's the truest unconditional love. Like we have unconditional love in the world, but it's not truly unconditional. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
It's a love that beats all love, you know, and it's like once you get a taste of it, like you long for it, right? And you want that love, right?
yeah, because
And
he took us how we were, as sinful as we were,
man,
as bad as we were.
I remember back in October, like even then, like I always call myself a Christian, right? But I was like I was lukewarm Christian, living sinful, like only making time for God when it was convenient for me, right? But there came a moment. I remember this moment like very specifically. I remember you were going through a lot of the similar stuff that like in faith and stuff, and we were both having a hard time. And I just remember like getting on my knees, like just literally crying out to God, like God, like I need you. I can't do this by myself. I'm hurting. I don't know the direction my life's going in. Like, lead me. I just need you. I just want you. I don't want to live for myself, live the way I'm living. I need your direction. I need your love. Like it just came to a point where it's like that's all I wanted. I don't care like the circumstance and everything, like that's all I wanted. That's still all that I want. But it's like God gives you that, He gives you his love, He gives you his whole heart, and then He gives you much more. He provides for you. He does all these things for you. He gives you a platform to honor Him through your purpose, which is like that's all I could ask for, right? Like I know you were struggling back in October, like
Well, that's when I was like, that was probably like the worst time of my life. That was my lowest point.
yeah,
And I'll tell you right now, bro, you pulled me out of the fire. Bro.
yeah,
You pulled me out of the fire. Like
wow,
it, like
man,
it makes me emotional. I think about it because like you really saved me, bro.
bro,
As much as it was God too, like God was the one who actually saved, but you brought me to Him. You introduced me. You took the time out of your day to show me Jesus,
and it was like yeah, there's
to
like that
show me Him,
period.
to show me His love. And bro, it changed my life forever.
Yeah, that period we were calling every day, like that, I was like every day was like a fight for me, and like I just felt like just talking and just like talking with you and helping you, like it helped me as well, and then like it's just crazy like how God works, because despite all the pain and all the suffering, like in that moment that I was feeling, like me like helping you, introducing you to God, building our faith like together, like that completely changed me, and that changed my heart, right? Like I think the hardest part in your walk with God is because God's love, like you feel God's love so much, right? The hardest part is like forgiving yourself because God's forgiving you, right? Like I feel like you have to fully forgive yourself to step into relationship with God. You have to fully forgive because God's trying to make you into a new person. God's trying to make you into like in His image, right? But you can't step into your image if you have that burden of you, like you know.
You have to leave who you were to become who you're meant to be.
Yeah,
I think, and that's I struggle with that too, forgiving myself. Like I always beat myself up like for the sin that I do. Well, we sin every day,
mm-hmm.
and I know that I'm forgiven, but it's hard for me to forgive myself.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what you like. That's what we're talking about. Like being able to forgive yourself so you can really come into a relationship.
See, the crazy thing, like with me, is like in high school, like I was the guy. Like I remember I was the guy. So there's this one story. Yeah, I always everyone like knew me as a Christian guy. I had like the Bible verse on my Instagram, and like I was just promoting God, but inside my heart, I wasn't promoting God. I remember at the grade 12 athletic banquet, right? They're giving out the awards for the year, right? And they call for a Christian leadership award, right? And they're reading out the description, like someone who embodies Christ, someone who promotes God and is respectful and a leader in the community, right? And they ended up calling my name, right? And I go on stage, and like when they call my name, like there was like a laughter in the crowd because I gave off this persona of like, oh, I'm a Christian guy, but like everyone actually knew. They saw me blackout drunk at parties, like they saw me doing this. While when I was holding the Christian Leadership Award, like I was stoned off the weed. And it's just crazy to think like that's how I was living. Like I was such a lukewarm Christian, man. Like I I claimed to love God with my mouth, but I didn't love God in my heart, right? And man, like that's the crazy thing about God work because I lived that way for a really long time, and then like I said that one time it was like a 2 week, my whole life changed. God completely changed me. It was like one week I was out hooking up at the club doing this. 2 weeks later I was devoted to God, and then man, it's crazy how quick God changed my life, and man, I'm just so thankful, honestly.
Yeah.
Like see, like the thing with like I feel with self improvement is like you like as a man, your main goal in life should be to self improve. I feel like other than honor God, you need
Yeah.
to your main goal should be to self improve, right? So it's like every day that I self improve, like every day I get better. That's my purpose. That's your purpose as a man, to get the best spiritually, physically, mentally, financially. Because you can't just be. Let's say you have a nice body, your pockets are empty, your mind is empty, Like you have to be an everything type of guy, right? An everything man, and that's what I think we all should be working towards every single day, right? And like it's true, self improvement does lead to success because not only God witnesses you doing extra, putting in the work, trying to become the best version of yourself, right? That's the type of person he wants to bless. He's not going to bless the type of person who's sitting on the couch, eating junk food, doesn't work out, being lazy, smoking pot all day, right? You're not going to be blessed. Like a lot of people, like are like, oh, I want to be successful. I was this way too. Oh, I want to be successful, and I'm like, like,
Yeah.
bro, like, that's not going to get you there, right? You have to self improve. And if you guys don't know what self improve means, self improve it's pretty simple. Working on yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, reading books, exercising daily, waking up early, eating healthy. That's just doing the bare minimum. Striving for a goal, right? So
And I have a question for you about that.
yeah,
What is the why for you? Why self improve for people that want to know? Why should I self improve?
why should you self improve? Like,
What's the reason? What's the really reason behind it?
well, other than self improvement does lead to success. Like that's a direct. The reason
That's what you want to.
if yes, not only that, the reason you self improve is because as a man, you'll feel better when you know you're improved. Men feel the greatest when they're working, whether that be on their body or whatever, right? Self improvement will take you out of depression. It will take away your anxiety. It will make you more confident. It will help you financially, and it'll help you in every. There's no reason not to self improve. The reason why you self improve is for yourself. It's for yourself. Tell me, do you feel good after you eat a whole bag of chips and sit on the couch or sit in bed scrolling TikTok all day? Is that when you feel? Is that when you feel good? Or do you feel good when you're at the gym and you see that first bicep vein come in? That's why you self improve. That's why you self improve. For the pride, to have some damn pride in yourself, right? Wasted potential. That's the other thing. You don't want to die on your deathbed and have all this wasted potential, right?
That's my biggest bro. That's my biggest fear, bro. Dying without reaching my full potential. Being on that deathbed and seeing God talk to me. David Goggins talks about this. Like, being on your deathbed, God talks to you. This is who you were supposed to be,
Yeah,
but you're too fucking lazy.
yeah.
You were too lazy. You kept scrolling TikTok. You kept skipping the gym.
And it's like
Bro.
people know what they have to do.
Yeah.
They just don't do it. You know what my biggest fear is? My biggest fear? Being average. Living an average life. Having an average life.
Yeah.
That is my biggest fear.
People will say, YOLO. You only live once, and then go and party. You're wasting your fucking life away by doing that.
And you don't get fulfillment from that. Like
No.
that's not fulfillment. Because like I said, like I did that for a long time, and all it did was break down my spirit, break me down as a person. Now I'm focused. I wake up early. I grind. I work on my businesses. I work on my personal development. I go to the gym. I respect others. I take care of my family, and I make time for my friends. Right? Like that's the life I want to live, not the life of just getting drunk every weekend, working dead end jobs that I hate. That's not the life you want to live. You know, like I think I honestly like what do you think is the most important part, like to actually like start
Of self improvement,
of self improvement and just like reaching your goals? What's the most important part?
bro. The mindset.
The mindset.
The mindset,
Yeah.
I think, is the most important because that's the core of everything.
Yeah.
Think about it. Even if you're in good shape, if your mindset's fucked, you're not gonna keep that.
Yeah.
If your mindset is, like, say, you're at the best part of your life. You're jacked. You're rich. If your mindset gets fucked up, you're gonna lose all of that.
And if it does start with the mindset, because even now, if you're not jacked, you're not rich, whatever, right? But if you have the mindset, every single day I'm gonna get 1% better, and you keep that mindset, when you do make it, you'll never be satisfied. You're gonna keep working. You're gonna keep striving for purpose. Some people might say that's a bad thing, right? But you can never be complacent. You can never be comfortable, and like that's not purpose. That's pleasure.
I'll tell you guys right now, if you have that mindset, 1% better every day, you will be able to accomplish anything you put your mind to.
Anything.
Anything you put your
Anything.
fucking mind to. I'll tell you that right now.
One, because the thing is, if you have the goal and you have the action and you are getting 1% closer, 1% better every day, how long do you think it's gonna take you to reach that goal, right? Just like us, we've seen it in our lives. We have a vision, we execute daily, and we show up even when we don't want to. We show that separates the winners from the losers. The first thing is what you do when no one's watching. Do you show up for yourself? Do you show up for God when no one's watching?
Yeah.
And two, do you show up when you don't even feel like it? On the days where you just want to sit, sleep, or eat a pizza, or go out partying. On those days, that shows your true character. That shows who you really are as a person and how bad you actually want it.
The days when you don't want to do it, you're doing it anyway. Because when the day that comes and there's a challenge, you know that you're that person that worked every single fucking day for it. You did the work when you didn't want to. You worked out when you were tired. You're that guy. You'll know it.
And it's
on,
like,
on
it's
the
like,
day on the day the challenge comes, you'll be ready.
exactly. Like the story about the man in the cave. So like there's a man training in the cave every day, right? For your life. Like he's stuck in a cave, basically, and he needs to beat you. And let's just say he needs to beat you in a physical fight, right? So while y'all are sitting in your bed on your ass watching Netflix, this man's in the cave training every single day for the day he gets the opportunity to take you down, right? So that man in the cave's always coming after you, and that's like the question you really have to ask yourself is: are you gonna be ready when the man in the cave comes? Will you be ready, or is he gonna take your spot? And that's the thing. I would hate to compete against me. I would hate to be going up against me because I will not lose.
Yeah.
I don't care what it takes. I will not lose. That's the mindset you guys have to have. It's not being prideful or boastful. It's being strong. It's having character, confidence
In yourself.
in yourself. That it all starts. No one's coming to save you. It all starts with yourself.
And the men and the kids, it's not even a story. Because if you don't train, one day you might get jumped. You might have to defend yourself.
Not only that, but the man in the cave, you know what that man in the cave actually is? It's in 60, 70 years when you're on your deathbed and those regrets come. That's what the man in the cave is. Do you want to have regrets? No. So get to it. You know what I mean? Get to it.
That's all it is.
I just want to high on the fact that all glory to God always, you know. I would not be in this position without God. All the trials, all the tribulations, everything I went through is for a reason, and God keeps blessing me. I don't follow God to be blessed. I don't follow him for his miracles. I don't follow him for his favor. I follow God because I love God with all my heart and soul, but his love comes down on earth. Like he blesses you. He literally blesses you for being faithful to him, right? And it's like, what? Like there's nothing to lose following God. You just gain so much. You gain peace. You gain understanding greater than anything. You gain his favor and his blessings. It's amazing.
Yeah, bro. To put perspective to it, I would be a depressed sack of shit, probably overweight in my basement, if it wasn't for God right now.
Yeah, just
Anyway,
scrolling.
Scrolling my life away on my fucking phone on TikTok. Because I was depressed and I didn't want to fucking get better.
Yeah, I'll say, look, guys, if you're lost, you don't know what to do with your life, you just feel anxious, you feel down, come to church. Come to church. If you're in this region, come to the base church. Text me on Instagram. I'll come DM us. Come to church because look, it will change your life.
No matter the situation you're in, we will be here to support you if you need it.
And trust me, it will change your life. Why do you think so many kids, young people our age, are turning to God? It's because right now we're at a level where social media and all these things, everyone's anxiety is at a high, and they're like, and then they've already done the partying, they've already done the hookups, they've already done all that, and then now they're sitting there like, what do I turn to? Like, what do I turn to? I'm lost. I don't know what. And they're just so down. And then that's when you find Jesus, and then your life will completely change. You pray, you talk to God, you build that relationship. You don't know what direction you're going in. You have anxiety. God can solve it. You don't know this. You don't know this. You're hurting. You need to recover. You lost someone. You're not in a good situation. God can solve that. No matter what you're in, God will solve that for you, right? So I just think, just take the first step. The first step is all, and you don't know what God can do with that first step with your life.
Yeah. First step is always the hardest, and it's downhill from there.
Man, we've been seeing some crazy transformations, even in you and in me, right? Like, just.
Bro, I was thinking of where I was like not even 6 months ago.
Not even 6 months ago.
I was a different person.
Yeah.
I'm a changed man from God, bro.
Amen. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, brother, because I was in the same position too, you know?
I was so without God last summer.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
So, like, life, why is living with God, like, better? Like, why would you say?
I feel happy more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have purpose, which I feel as a man, purpose is one of the most important things that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not working towards something, if you don't have a goal, or a purpose in mind to work towards, you're not doing it. Well, you could doing your self improvement, but you're not really working. You're working towards something, but it's not clear in
Yeah.
your mind. I think having the clarity of a purpose helps me out so much, and knowing that okay, I'm destined for this. This is my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I
Just how, yeah, like,
it's what I meant for.
like going back, like going back on the, like, it says you ask and you will receive, right? So like I'll share with you like a moment when that happened to me, right? Like I remember there was 2 times actually where I've been praying the same prayer, like God, like let me hear your voice, give me wisdom, give me strength, give me direction, just something simple like that. And then I've heard God's voice on 2 separate occasions specifically about that prayer, right? The first time I told you what he said. He said, don't worry about what's going on around you, but worry about what's going on between you and I, right? And I think that really like settled things down. It was like maybe I'm getting distracted of like what's going on around the world and like my life on the outside when I should be centering Jesus and building our relationship so he can be the king. He can be the center, the leader of my life, right? And then I remember it was about a month ago. I prayed that prayer once again because I just felt like I didn't have direction, right? And Jesus pretty much, God like gave me the answer. He said, "Don't worry about you. You won't have to go back to what I brought you from, all that pain, that suffering, this and that, because I'm bringing you to much more, right?" And that one really stood with me. It was like reassurance that I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right track, right? So, asking you will receive, guys. Pray about it. Have that relationship. Talk with God. Ask everything in prayer. And if you believe you'll receive the answer, if you believe you'll receive what you're praying for, you will. It's all about faith. You can't please God without belief and faith, right? So, yeah, that's hearing God's voice is something I'll never forget ever.
Yeah, the faith has to be crazy. You have to be obsessed
Yeah,
to the point where people think you're crazy.
but like the obsession doesn't come from within. God makes you obsessed.
No, yeah, God makes us obsessed.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. But we're gonna make it.
Just back on like the self improvement and like getting up, building a relationship with God, and just like becoming a better man, or a better woman, right? So like just on that whole topic, like if you guys are struggling with that, or you're looking for like some sort of direction, like feel free to DM me on Instagram, DM Oliver on Instagram. We'll put it in the description wherever you guys are looking, and like just shoot us a message, and I'm happy to talk. Like you like if you need any direction or anything, and yeah, because it's really part of our purpose to just like spread the message and spread like self improvement and help you guys. Like this is why we're doing this to genuinely help you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts, just shoot us a message, like DM us anything, and I'd be happy to talk. So yeah.